Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and here we are again with another pickup video for the week of Saturday, October the 3rd. And I got quite a bit of stuff. It was one of those times where you stagger your orders out and then everything seems to come at the same time. So it was a big haul week for me. And actually I took a couple of the titles that I was going to review, or not really review, but just tell you about this week, and I'm going to kind of hold them over until next week, because really I got a lot of stuff. I mean a lot of stuff. So let's get started with the pickups, and the first one being the Amityville Horror, the original one. So I told you before that I don't normally pick up DVDs when they have Blu-ray releases, but in the used video store this thing was like $1.50 or something like that. So I thought, what the heck, I'll go ahead and get it. If I have 2 copies of it, no big deal. But this is one of my favorite ghost stories of all time. I remember the scene with the pig with the red eyes on the 2nd floor. That was so scary to me when the little kid told the parents that he was seeing the eyes in the windows. Wow, scary, scary, scary. Anyway, this is filmed in 1979. The director was Stuart Rosenberg, starring James Brolin, Margaret Kidder, and Rod Steiger, based off of a true story. And actually, when I was in boot camp, I was in the Navy, so I was in boot camp, and one of the guys that was in boot camp with me lived right next door to this house. So I started asking him a bunch of questions about it, but he basically told me there's nothing to the story. Although the people who lived in the house were constantly getting people coming to their house and vandalizing their property and stuff like that. So they finally ended up changing the address of the place, and then they changed the front facade of the house so it didn't look like the typical the windows with the 2 eyes there. So my little personal story about Amityville Horror. Next movie I picked up was a local pickup, and it came from the local video store here, not a used copy. And this is the Blu-ray of Troll Hunter. I really love this movie. The first time I saw this movie, I didn't know really what to expect, but I kept hearing people saying, you know, you should see this movie. So it's about it was filmed in 2010. It was about a group of students who investigate a series of kind of strange bear killings they thought were bears, only to find out that there were other things going on. Heavy CGI in this, but the CGI is done very, very well. I think it is a foreign movie, maybe a Swedish movie or something. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure this was a foreign film. But really, really well done. I highly recommend that you guys see this show. It's really, really good. And the tagline on here says the best monster movie since Jurassic Park. So I highly recommend you pick this up or watch it, or some way get your hands on this movie. Really, really good. I'm happy to have this in my collection. Next one I got is from Scream Factory, and it was a prize contest that I won from Giving Up 96. I already did an unboxing of it, but I basically wanted to add this into my weekly pickup video, and that is Ginger Snaps. So again, Jordan, thank you very much for this. Really happy to have this in my collection. And Ginger Snaps was a year 2000 movie. It was about 2 death-obsessed sisters. One gets bitten by a werewolf. The 2 girls are outcasts, and basically the consequences that come around when one of them gets bit by a werewolf. Did I say vampire? Werewolf. So it's a werewolf movie. I always heard everybody, I haven't seen this yet, I haven't watched it yet, but I always heard everybody listing this as one of their top werewolf movies of all time, and I'd never seen it, so I thought, yeah, I'd really like to have this. So glad to have this in my collection, looking forward to seeing it. So yeah, Ginger Snaps, there you are. Okay, I got a couple of things from Arrow this week. The first one being The Exterminator. The Exterminator is not really a horror movie. It's kind of an action crime drama as listed in IMDb. Filmed in 1980. It's about a guy who, I think he's a war vet, but he witnesses his friends getting killed on the streets of New York, and he just snaps. So then he starts taking out revenge on every gang member, every street thug, or whatever he can find. He just starts taking these guys out. So that's what this movie is about. Happy to have it to my collection. I'm trying to get all of the Arrow stuff, so this was just one of them. Some of the things that I get from Arrow will not be horror, but I'm still going to showcase them on this channel because I've got horror movies and I'm also showcasing. So there you are, Exterminator from Arrow. Next one, another one by Arrow, and that is the famous Demons. Great movie. I remember seeing this back in the days. Really, really good. I love this show. It was filmed in 1985 about a group of people who get trapped in a movie theater which is full of demons, and the demons start possessing each person one by one, and then they just kind of spread the demon disease, whatever you want to call it. But the director was Lamberto Bava, and it was produced by Dario Argento. So with those two names, man, you cannot go wrong. The Italian spaghetti horror type genre. So really looking forward to seeing this again. Arrow, amazing as always. Booklet, 2 Blu-ray DVD version with your booklet, reversible cover, everything that Arrow is always famous for. So really happy to have this one. Alright, next one. Recently I've been really getting interested in Shameless Video because they are easy to collect. And reason being is they're still easy to find. There's some out of print. Actually, there's only one out of print, and that was the #1 issue of the New York Ripper. Now, they put out the New York Ripper 3 times. I don't know why they did that. There's probably some reasoning behind it, but the very first version of the movie, the New York Ripper, was Spine #1. I had ordered the New York Ripper. I thought I was getting Spine #1, and I later found out that it was not Spine #1, but in actuality it was Spine number 29. So they released this on DVD twice, and they released it on Blu-ray once. I will be getting them all. I've already got the #1 Spine version coming, so it just hasn't arrived. I got it off of eBay, so it's taking a lot longer than the Amazon orders that I got. So it should be here anytime. I don't know. It could even be here today, but it's Spine #1, so I've already got that. But Shameless Video, unique yellow video case. I really dig this. In fact, yellow is my favorite color, so that's one reason why it's cool. The Shameless kind of concentrates on the old Italian horror, murder mystery, detective kind of movies, but just the feel of it. I mean, I just fell in love with the clothes, the music in the background, the settings, the 70s feel to it. It's just amazing. It really brings me back to my childhood, and it's just something that's really, really attractive to me. So the first one I watched was the New York Ripper. I remember seeing this on TV a long time ago, because right away when the Killers was using the Donald Duck voice, I remembered seeing that on TV, but a heavily, heavily cut version. This one is still cut. It's released in England. The England board, whoever approves movies, still there were 2 scenes in it that they refused to allow them to have. It's very short, maybe 10 or 15 seconds is still cut out of this, but most of it is in here. You know, one of my friends, Dennis, has the uncut version of it. I'm probably not missing that much anyway, but it's a super, super movie. Very gory for the time. I mean, this thing was filmed back in 1982, and I mean, it's still one of the top goriest movies out there. So it's a Lucio Fulci serial killer movie, the old Giallo, I don't know how to say that properly, but in Italian, the serial killer type movies. But it's the serial killers killing these young ladies and the detectives trying to find him. It's kind of basically the whole story behind the movie, but really great. If you have not seen this, this is like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that, to that effect type of movie. You've got to see this. Really super movie. Shameless. Okay. Last title I got for you guys today, and wow, my video got really dark there all of a sudden. Anyways, is another Shameless, and that is number 2 on the spine here, and that is Phantom of Death. Finally uncut, first time on UK DVD. Now, Phantom of Death was filmed in 1988. The director was Ruggero Deodato, again, Italian. It's about a police commissioner investigating a murder of a female doctor. The killer is kind of described as being a 35-year-old man. As the killings progress, though, the description of the killer changes drastically, but it is the same killer. So there's a kind of a teaser for you there. Not going to give away anything, but yeah, I haven't watched this yet. I read a synopsis on it. Looking forward to watching this. Maybe I'll watch this tonight. Who knows? But anyway, number 2 in Shameless video collection, and I have more coming. So really happy to have this. So that's it for this week. The pickups, quite a bit this week. Very lucky to have the ones that I got. Thank you for joining me on the video. Leave it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave it a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. It's nice to see the interaction between the people who watch the videos. I always get like 30, 40, 50 views, and I only get 2 or 3 thumbs up. So come on, guys, it takes 1 second to click either the up or the down. Please do that for me. Really helps out a lot, helps the channel. So if you haven't subscribed to my videos, please subscribe so you can get them directly to your inbox and you won't miss anything. And I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me, and take care.